Welcome to Face Palm Sunday, the segment on the internet where we respond to videos on the internet. Today is not a video, rather it is a quiz by PBS. I've seen quite a few people do this on YouTube already, but I want to know where exactly I stand because, an online quiz is definite evidence that you are truly a sexist person. It doesn't matter if you're a lesbian man or a woman. Doesn't matter if you're white, Asian, black, inherently you're sexist by nature. But today we're going to see where I rank. This is a sexist quiz by the Channel 9 on PBS, which is, I've always liked the PBS channel growing up. I used to watch Arthur on PBS at I think it was 4:30 every single weekend, or weekday, before Judge Judy would appear on, and I'd watch Arthur. I loved watching Arthur back in the day on PBS. Not sure why I'm mentioning that, but we're going to go through this quiz, question by question. It's a total of 17 questions. We're going to see if I'm sexist today for Facepalm Sunday. You probably already know what the answer is, but we're going to do it anyway. So hopefully this is on sync. I'm using my webcam this time because my camera's undergoing some issues right now. But the first question is, many women have a quality of purity that few men possess. That question already is weird, because it's implying that women are naturally pure, and the only place that I was ever taught that women are super, super pure and innocent was in religion. That a woman's virginity is somehow this special little snowflake little thing that if you lose your virginity to a woman who's never lost her virginity before, it's like the best, purest form of sex. I don't consider women to be pure. I don't consider losing your virginity to be some spectacular thing. I mean, yes, it's an emotional bond, but many women have a quality of purity that few men possess. I think men possess the quality of purity that women do. Like if you both are virgins and you both are going at it for your first time, that's kind of a purity thing. You guys are both pure. You're doing something sexual together. I don't see an issue. I disagree with this statement. No, women do not have a more purity than men. So I'm gonna say disagree strongly, because I don't know. I feel like this question is somehow related to religion, but who knows? Next question. Women should be cherished and protected by men? It's an interesting question, because if you're married to your wife, I think you have a responsibility as your partner to protect your wife. So I would like to say yes. But at the same time, I think women should be able to stand for themselves and shouldn't have men have to speak for them. That's what I believe. Women should be cherished and protected by men. I would say agree slightly. If you're in and it's vice versa. I think women should be able to protect their husband too, and when they need support. I don't know how if you disagree with this or you strongly agree with it, I don't see how this question can determine if you're sexist or not, but I agree slightly that women should, no. Keyword, it says cherished. Cherished and protected by men. Women should be cherished. If you're married to them, yes, but if since we're not actually talking about marriage here, I'm just going to say no, I completely disagree. Women should not have to be completely cherished and protected by men. If we're talking in the context of marriage, then yes. As a partner, protection thing, not... 3. Women seek to gain power by getting control over men. Yes, to an extent. I mean, the problem with these types of quizzes is it's generalizing all women and generalizing all men. Specifically, this is generalizing all women because it says women seek to gain power and control over men. Do all women think that way? Do all women want control or power over men? No, of course not. But do a lot of women? Yes. Especially fucking SJW feminists. They're all about having power over men. So I'm gonna say agree somewhat. Even though I still feel like I'm generalizing, but I'm answering this best of my ability. Every man ought to have a woman whom he adores. Strongly disagree. You don't need to fucking adore a woman. You don't need a woman in your life all the time. You don't need to be in a relationship all the time. They cause more problems than good. Be independent of yourself. Learn yourself, love yourself, be yourself, masturbate by yourself, learn your own body before you have to have someone else come in and fuck everything up. Men are incomplete without women. Strongly disagree. I don't need a woman. I like women. I like dating. I like being in a relationship, but I don't need a woman. I'm not incomplete. Women exaggerate problems they have to work. Agree slightly. But then, again, this is generalizing, but everybody exaggerates a bit. Once a woman gets a man to commit to her, she usually tries to put him on a tight leash. Now, I want to answer strongly agree with this, mainly because I've had my personal past relationships, not recently, but in my past relationships, I've had this happen to me. I know that's purely anecdotal, but once a woman gets a man to commit to her, she usually tries to put him on a tight leash. In the 3 relationships that I've been in, why can't there be a neutral? There should be a neutral, like, no, just like, disagree or no disagree. Why does it have to be, I have to disagree or agree with it? I'm going to say slightly disagree, because I don't believe all women are like that. I don't. I mean, one bad apple in all my relationships that were like this, I'm not going to take that and, generalize women off that. When women lose to men in a fair competition, they typically complain about being discriminated against. That is true. I have to agree strongly with that. You see that largely on YouTube all the time. You hear women complaining about competition or they're not equally represented in video games, therefore they're being discriminated against. This stupid shit like that. I have to agree with that. And there's nothing wrong with a man losing to a woman, by the way. I've lost to a woman in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. She's I played against some professional girl who's like really big on Twitch. I don't remember her name, but I played against her in Counter-Strike, and I got annihilated by her. Destroyed. It didn't bother me. Some women are naturally good at things, and men are naturally better at other things than women. There's nothing inherently sexist about women being better at men or men being better at women at something. What do you want?
Papi, don't want to get in the video, Papa. Come on, Mama. Mommy. Hi, Mommy. Ah, I love you, Mommy. I love you, Mommy. I love you.
Okay, sorry. Get carried away with my little turd. 9. Many women get a kick out of teasing men by seeming sexually available and then refusing male advances. Damn straight. This is true. This is very, very true. I've seen this so many times with friends of mine. I'm not gonna say all women do this, but a large portion do. In my experience, anyway, I've dealt with women like this. That's just a really douche canoe thing, and I'm sure men do the same thing. They'll tease a woman, and then they seem like they're sexually available, and then they refuse the female advances or whatever. But I think it's a really scummy thing for men and women to do, because you shouldn't tease someone sexually, lead them on, and then you reject them when they go in for the kill, go in for the kiss, go in for the whatever. It's a really douchebag thing to do, and it's not a really gender-specific thing. I think it's a people thing. So I would say I agree strongly with that, yes. Women, compared to men, tend to have a superior moral sensibility. I kind of agree with that. No, I disagree, no. Women, compared to men, nah, I don't think that. I don't really find very many women who seem really superior over men, with the exception of, like, radical feminists, but then I don't deal with a lot of radical feminists other than fucking, like, on the internet and Tumblr, so, Men should be willing to sacrifice their own well-being in order to provide financially for the women in their lives. Disagree strongly. And let me explain this. In a relationship and marriage, I do believe that you, male and men and women, you do have to sacrifice and make compromises in that relationship or marriage. That is you have to do that. If you want a marriage to be successful, you have to make compromises and sacrifices. But in this case, Men should be willing to sacrifice their own well-being in order to provide financially for the... So what is, sacrificing their own well-being, what does that entail? Like me quitting a job because she doesn't like me working with a coworker who may be into me? Am I going to quit my high-paying job because a woman at my workplace likes me and she doesn't feel comfortable with the girl liking me, although I've rejected all of her advances? Like, you have to understand the context of how this question applies here. I would not quit. If I was making $500,000 a year in a job and some girl was interested in me and my wife didn't want me working at that and wanted me to quit that job for whatever reason to support her and all that stuff, but she didn't feel comfortable, I would not do that. Like, no. So I disagree completely. There's going too far with sacrifice and compromise in relationships. That goes for men and women. I don't think you should sell your soul to a woman, and I don't think a woman should sell her soul to a man, So I disagree completely. Feminists are making unreasonable demands of men. I agree strongly with that, 100%. Mainly because it actually, it wasn't vague. It didn't say women. It said feminists, so it actually clarified the question. Yes, they're making demands on men. I can't look at a woman now. If I look at a woman, that's raping her. If I fucking have my legs spread because I have a fucking dick and balls, that's somehow inherently sexist, and I'm doing that because I don't want to sit to women or be an asshole or whatever. Like, yes, they have unreasonable demands. I'm not going to go into the detail. You've been a viewer of my channel for long enough. I don't need to go into detail over that shit. What is your gender identity? Prefer not to answer. Oh, because I'm so ashamed of my identity. I'm a male. Please identify your age range. I'm 18 through 34. I'm turning 25 in a couple months. Do I live in the United States? Yes. If yes, select your state. Oh, okay. I live in the state of Washington. Seattle, Washington. What's the highest level of education you've attained? Some college 2-year degree. Please identify your household income. I make... Am I allowed to say this? I make about $32,000 a year off of YouTube. There. 33,000 through 74. Oh. Hostile. Whoa, I'm hostile sexist. Hostile sexism describes behavior that overly threatens, intimidates, or abuses women, especially those who defy male-dominated power. What? I threaten and intimidate women because... I didn't... Your score, 4. Average man, 2.24. Average woman, 1.6. Benevolent sexism perpetuates gender-based prejudice more subtly, feeding the notion that, quote, wonderful but weak women need men to help and protect them and ultimately justify gender inequality. Anyways, there you have it, guys. I'm a hostile sexist. PBS is right about me. I just am so sexist towards women. The quiz is linked down below in the description. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this video, maybe I should do more quizzes like this in the future. My original video was actually going to be to BuzzFeed, but my new lighting set has not come. And yeah, I'll do that probably this next week. I'll have 2 new videos on this channel in response to BuzzFeed videos. So if you're looking forward to that, if you like that, stay tuned on this channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it. Give this video a like if you truly liked it. All my social media is linked down below, including my Reddit post. I'm going to keep saying this in my videos. Reddit is really important because I reply to comments on my Reddit more so than YouTube. And you will always never miss a video in my sub box because YouTube likes to unsub people from my channel. So if you go to my Reddit, it's free to create. You don't even need to sign up with an email or register, no verification or anything. You can go to my Reddit thread and every new video that I post will be there. Thank you for watching. This has been a Facepalm Sunday.